Let's have a look at the hyperbola. I'm not going to derive the whole thing again like I did the ellipse. It's pretty much the same. The only difference is eccentricity is greater than 1. So what ends up happening is, instead of getting x squared on a squared plus y squared on b squared, we get minus y squared on b squared is equal to 1. And now b squared is equal to a squared. Instead of being 1 minus e squared, it's e squared minus 1. And again, that's to do with the eccentricity, because if the eccentricity is greater than 1, if I went 1 minus e squared, I'd get a negative number. So 1 minus e squared for the ellipse, e squared minus 1 for the hyperbola. Eccentricity squared therefore works out to be a squared plus b squared on a squared. Foci is still AE0, that doesn't change. And the directrices are still A divided by E. That doesn't change. Mind you, the location of them change. You'll notice now that the directrices, if you like, are inside the foci, whereas with our ellipse, they're on the outside of the foci. But with a hyperbola, we also have asymptotes. We didn't have those with the ellipse. And the equation of the asymptotes will be that ratio that we used in the auxiliary circle method, B on A. So b on ax, but also negative b on ax, would be the other asymptote. And then we can draw in our hyperbola. Now, in this case, remember we said if b was bigger than a with the ellipse, it means it's on the y-axis. In this case, it doesn't matter about the size. It's all to do with the sign. Right? So if it's y squared on b squared minus x squared on a squared, that's where the foci will be on the y-axis. So in this case, all to do with the sign. So now a squared will equal b squared e squared minus 1. Foci will be be instead of ae. Directrices would be b divided by e. But amazingly, the asymptotes don't change. Still b divided by a. That doesn't change. So let's just do a quick one of finding those things. We've got x squared on 9 minus y squared on 16. The b is bigger. But as I just said, that doesn't matter with the hyperbola. It's all to do with the sign. So the x squared's positive, it's on the x-axis. So a squared's 9, a is 3. Eccentricity squared is a squared plus b squared on a squared. So we get 5 on 3. A times E, we get 5. A divided by E, we get 9 on 5. But now we have asymptotes, so B on E, 4 on 3. What else do we have to do? Foci, eccentricity. It's everything, isn't it? Other than sketch it, but I'm not going to worry about sketching it. There you go. So I'll throw a couple more questions in on hyperbola.